Welcome back to Dropping the Needle, episode 7, your first episode for 2021. It's your boys, Pat Artist, Adam Knitch. It's your first time checking this show out. Go ahead and hit that subscribe. Go ahead and hit all the notification stuff you like to do so you can see the episodes as they roll through. You know what I'm saying? Also, check out all the other stuff on Quick Sixer Podcast does. And subscribe on all of the podcast platforms you like. Isn't that right, my boy, Adam Knitch?
That's right. Hit that subscribe button.
All right, Adam. Are we going bearded or are we going living water?
I just spilled beer all over myself. All sticky over here, dude.
A lot of that sticky boy. You know what I'm saying? Bearded iris or living waters?
Let's go living waters.
Ooh.
Living waters.
Okay. So Living Waters Brewing. This is called Goza Twin, I guess. This is a birthday present from your girl, Brittany Fernandez, Brittany But Spooky. It's a 6.0.
What kind of beer is it?
Go be unusual. It's a Goza style cranberry, marshmallow, and vanilla. 6.0. Glad you chose this one, actually, because this shit was getting warm.
Is this supposed to be like a Christmas style beer or something?
Ooh, hold up. Bro, this shit's straight up. I'm not fucking with you. I might send you one of these. This shit smells like fucking what's that shit? Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Pink.
Yeah. That's nice. That's real nice.
Okay, so for those of you tuning in, Dropping the Needle is Quick Sixer Podcast's music and pop culture podcast, or show, I guess you could call it. Just a show.
Yeah. We gotta start talking about pop culture and stuff more too.
We do.
It's cool. We got a lot to talk about. That's okay.
We do. For this particular one, we do. But yeah, pop culture stuff. Maybe we can do another thing. Fuck it. It's 2022 already. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's get a quick sip. Look at this purple drink. Purple stuff all in my cup. I'm rolling.
Is it purple? Is it really purple? Or is it just red? I can't tell. Like the bigger.
Nah, bro, it's purple.
Yeah.
Here. See, look. If it get close, it's like more of a pink purple.
Oh, yeah.
Fuchsia is a word I'd say. Fuchsia.
I'm still drinking that. Hobbies included.
Ooh, bro. It's a lip liquor on this one. A lip liquor.
A lip liquor.
A little bit of liquor. All right, so this episode, we're Dropping the Needle. We're talking about the 69th greatest album of all time, according to the 2020 list from Rolling Stone magazine, which is.
Well, don't even say it. Let's just talk about for a second how awesome it is that it's at number 69.
I know. Also, fuck yes. You know, like, come on. 69. That's what's up. Shout out to you before we announce what this is, because that's dope. This is the third album by said artist. The first two, I didn't know shit about until we watched a certain documentary we'll talk about in a little bit. I don't know about you. Did you know anything about that? I didn't know at all.
Know about what?
The first two albums that she did.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Also, I think, I don't know, we'd have to go back in our logs so far, but I think our first Canadian, our friends from the North.
Yeah. Because also, I think this era also was, I think there was a Behind the Music. Do you remember that? VH1's Behind the Music.
Bro, go and check it. Maybe you can probably look it up on YouTube now. But like, dude, Behind the Music, bro.
Mid-90s, late 90s.
Behind the Music. Behind the Music was my favorite fucking show. I swear to God. I saw every single one, especially. I mean, some of them I even watched two times. We can go back to it. Like Fuck You
Couldn't
Meatloaf.
go, yeah.
We watched a couple times.
Yeah. I will do anything for love.
But I
What's so
won't
funny?
do that.
Going back to the Meatloaf story, did I even say that it was a girl?
No, you didn't. You did not say it was a girl. That's fucking amazing. Oh my god! Actually, go and check out Instagram for Adam's Meatloaf story. It's just titled "Fuck You Meatloaf." So go check that out if you want to hear that clip. Or you can check out the November episode of this show, which is in our playlist in the YouTube channel you should be subscribed to. All right, Adam. I want you to unveil. This is 2021. This is 2022. Fuck.
Yeah,
fuck these last couple of years.
That's what
I know, right?
Too, bro.
But since we're in 2022,
year three of the pandemic, bro.
Lord. All right. Fuck it. We go 3 years deep. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen you physically since 2019, I think.
Yeah, September 2019. Damn, bro.
That's fucking lame. But we're in a new year. We've been doing this show for a while. I want you to introduce this album. Because I think I've fucking done it the other times.
All right. Well, coming in at number 69 on the Rolling Stone Top 500 is Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette.
Cheers, Alanis.
What year? 95? 95, 96? 96?
95. 95. She's the fucking GOAT. You already know it. Yeah. So, third album by Canadian singer Alanis Morissette, released June 13th, 1995 through Maverick.
Third album?
Yes, third album.
But really, first album.
Yes, first American album. Let's say, well, first United States American through the United States album. Maverick was which if you watch, there's a documentary we're going to talk a lot about throughout this episode called Jagged, which is on HBO. You can go check it out. And I didn't know this, but Maverick is a it's an American entertainment company founded in 1992 by Madonna and some other people, but it's owned and operated out of Warner Music. And she got her first her American break on Maverick, which was cool. First album that was released worldwide. That's why I was saying I didn't know about these other two before this documentary. Also, the first two were fucking pop princess type shit. Like, what the fuck is it? Like, it's so weird. But it says her first two were dance pop sounds. And they're called Alanis in 91 and Now Is the Time in 92. These are both when she's a teenager. Okay. Alanis released this album when she was 21 years old. Can you imagine releasing a fucking banger like this at 21 years old?
Yeah, 21 years old, but I mean, writing that at 21
makes sense to me. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you spent some time with me in LA. Living in LA when she wrote this, at 21, I feel like there's a lot of shit that you can kind of get out of that city when you're in that age range, early 20s, over like where you can fuck up or you can succeed, or you can fail like completely. And I think this album is all about all that stuff. It's about love. It's about fucking. I mean, fucking sometimes. It's about standing up for yourself, being. There's everything, there's feminism in it. There's sex positivity in it. There's fucking questioning religion in it. There's all sorts of stuff in this album.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's fully loaded.
It is fully loaded. And so anyways, she's also, this is kind of crazy, but she was a Nickelodeon kid for for her early
Oh yeah.
life as a kid. So I think it's Nickelodeon, right? Right? Does that make that's right? Right?
I think so. That sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
I should probably done the research more on that. But
No, I feel like I read it and then I just forgot it because we're doing. I mean, full transparency,
yeah.
doing
I mean,
two
yeah,
episodes
as you
back to
couldn't
back.
tell.
I'm kind of faded, so um, but yeah, dude. This so Jagged Little Pill, her first album that released in the United States and worldwide as well. Commercial success, obviously. Um, Topped the charts in 13 countries, sold 33 million copies worldwide. It's one of the best-selling albums of all time. And she's the first Canadian to achieve double diamonds sales of an album.
Wow.
It was nominated for 9 Grammys and won 5, including Album of the Year, making Alanis the youngest artist to win the top honor at the time, which is fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, as of 2020, this album's 25 years old, so it's 27 years old now. Or 26 if you count the actual date it came out. As we record this. But dude. She did I mean, this has been turned into a Broadway play. It won 15 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. And she did she began a 25th anniversary Jagged Little Pill tour in 2020, but got postponed due to this bullshit pandemic that we're still fucking with. Year three,
just God, man, it's like
I know
it could be done.
Fucking over it. But yeah, dude, her and Glenn Ballard, who you'll learn a lot about in that documentary we talked about, wrote this album together. And it sounds like barely. It sounds like they scrapped some money together to fly her out the second time to finish it. And pitched this shit to the record company at Maverick, and they took a chance, and that's it, man. The rest is fucking history.
Yeah.
One fun fact, Taylor, the drummer of Foo Fighters, was the touring drummer of this first tour, which they toured for like 18 months, I think, and toured the world. And
who looks exactly the same.
Exactly the same. And that's so fucking cool that he that was his job before Foo Fighters. So it moved directly from Alanis to Foo Fighters, which is very cool. And the other two dudes. Sorry.
It also shows you too. That's all good, but it just shows you too, like how LA is like. They're like it's a big town, but like in the '90s, it wasn't so big yet. And like, I mean, I guess people older than us probably understand that more, but maybe the younger people will understand it too. That like in the '90s, I mean, it's like kind of was like you had to network and stuff, so it was like they're all kind of, especially that time, like alternative was kind of they're all in the same pool of
yeah. Got to keep in mind.
Internet,
You
have SoundCloud.
Yeah, you didn't have any of this SoundCloud or fucking Spotify or Apple Music. You got to keep in mind this is probably even before. That's got to be before like pirated music and like LimeWire and all that bullshit. What is it? What Napster?
Yeah.
But yeah, the craziest thing about this. So the other two dudes that toured with her, I think are now in Jane's Addiction, which is crazy. So like everybody that toured on this particular first album are still successful, which is awesome. And yes, highly recommend go watching that HBO documentary Jagged. Check it out. It's fucking awesome. And
definitely. It's one of my favorite things I watched of this year, I think.
Yeah, I think so too, actually. I enjoyed every bit of it. it gives
I wish the
you.
other episodes were better, but
Oh, what? Yeah, that's true.
I
That's
wish
true.
there's stronger episodes. I mean, that's fine, but I mean,
Yeah,
I don't care. I mean, like sad. The Juice World thing's sad, but like I don't, like
I'm not. I didn't watch that one.
yeah, I didn't either. I mean, but then there's
Um,
like a Kenny G one too, which is like kind of interesting. But like I mean,
I don't give a fuck
it's
about
like
Kenny G.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Whoever chose that was just like, what?
Yeah,
Is the DMX one good? I didn't watch that one yet.
yeah, I watched a little bit of that one. That was pretty. It's actually pretty interesting because like that one was like a lot of like the same like with the Alanis Morissette one was that it shows a lot of behind the scenes. So it was like a lot of like behind the scenes leading up before his
Yeah,
tragic death. So it was
yeah,
cool to see him interacting with some of his family and stuff. And
yeah. Dude, he's got a big ass family. Fuck.
yeah,
That dude has so many baby mamas. He has
yeah,
like 16 kids too, some shit like that. Um, but yeah, dude, Jagged Little Pill. What is? I mean, where do you even start, really?
yeah.
If okay, well, let's just start with the straight out the box, right? Um, you we'll start with "You Ought to Know," and bro, this song. I don't know if you haven't heard this song and just sung your fucking lungs out in the car, and you're a fucking psychopath, probably. I think so.
Yeah.
Um, one of my first girlfriends was obsessed with this album, obsessed to the point where I didn't really know shit about Alanis Morissette at the time, but this girl was like on a different level about it. To the point where when her follow-up album came out, I was like, oh, this would be a perfect gift. Bought that shit for her. And yeah, she was psyched. We broke up like 2 months later. So that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Um also another side note. Alanis, one of the dopest shows I've ever seen live. Like
Yeah, I
straight
was
up.
gonna ask have you seen her because I still haven't seen her, but
Oh, dude, it's amazing. And
did where was it at? Like was it by herself or was it at a festival or
it was at Music Fest
no?
in
Okay.
Memphis. She was one of the headliners of I think 2018 or 2019. And I think we went
Okay,
back
yeah.
to back years. And dude, she comes out and she's been partying a little bit, but like you can tell. You can even
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit, she's been getting in, And she comes out and just fucking crushes it. Like it's not even
Yeah.
like when you see like rock stars in movies and stuff and they're like walk out like they're the hardest motherfuckers on earth.
Yeah.
She walks out like she's the hardest motherfucker on that stage, and she is. So it's like,
That's
all
cool.
right. At that particular festival, if anybody who's listening gets to go, you can get really close to those stages. Like it's not hard.
Yeah. No,
And
definitely.
we were maybe 20 people back from the stage, like really close. Like I have some dope pictures, but like it was just awesome, dude. Like
That's cool.
she's just she sounds exactly like you think she's gonna sound, and just puts on a show, dude. She's not boring. She she's all about it. She gets the crowd into it. It's just great, man.
Yeah. Well, it's cool too because like she seems to be one of those artists that like she knows what's like her bread and butter or whatever, and like she does that and is happy to do it. And, like no, you know what I mean, but it still does it to where you know what I mean, like still executes it just as like the first day it came out, and not just like half-assing it and like
Yeah,
oh it's been 25 years, I'm just here to collect the check and go home.
yeah,
She's still into it, like
yeah. Um, when we saw her, I think it was right before or right after her newest album came out, and she played like a song or two off of that, but most of it, I feel like if you see one of these type of artists or like even bands that were or 20, 30 years deep into this shit, they're gonna play their hits, like you're saying, like the bread and butter,
mm,
and they're gonna play them good. You know, they've been
Yeah.
playing forever. So they're gonna do that, but then they're gonna sprinkle in some new shit, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, you know. That's like a beer break or whatever. You want to go see the you don't like the new songs
Yeah.
or whatever. Go get a
Just trying to
drink.
stand in line for the porta potty.
There you go, take a piss. I'm cool with that. Um, but yeah, man, it's like the hits on this fucking album. So you ought to know, hand in my pocket, ironic, you learn, head over feet, all I really want. Like just dude, just crushing the fucking
Yeah.
charts. And like I feel like you could turn on the radio any day in any city in the US to this day and hear you ought to know or hand in my pocket.
Yeah.
Or
You hear him in the
ironic.
grocery store,
Yeah.
the Target.
Like, bro, these are songs that are not going away anytime soon. And I was talking to Meg about this album, and I was telling her, I was like, "Yeah, we're probably gonna do Alanis's Jagged Little Pill for an episode." And she was like, "It's about time you picked a woman." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree, but
Which
we're
is
not
actually
that
funny
many."
because
What?
it's funny because I actually listen to a lot of women artists, like like
Yeah.
indie artists, and Chelsea like gives me shit because like, is this another woman artist you're trying to introduce me to?
Yeah. No, and that's the thing though. I fuck with a lot of women artists too. It's like, but I guess with this particular one, it's just there's something about it that just is
Well, it's
the reason we
iconic
pick
for women,
albums on the reason we pick albums on this show is because they're timeless. They're not
yeah.
necessarily because they're a certain gender or sex or whatever. But the album in general is timeless. So Jagged Little Pill is one of those things where it's it's good from front to back. I listened to it literally 3 times today, and
Nice.
while I was doing some work and stuff, and it fucking slaps, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's so good. I like the beat, like the tracks that aren't radio tracks.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, it's a cohesive album. It's it's one of those albums that's like it's a masterpiece in the sense that like every track is like it leads to the next one.
Mm-hmm. And
And I mean the lyrics alone. I mean, just the lyrics are so low. I mean, that's for me. It's like music is all about like I'd pick a band over like if you're able to sing and like write lyrics over playing music. You could just fucking like sing the lyrics, and if it's like loaded lyrics like that, like that does it more for me than
okay.
some guitar
I
solo.
mean, there's I don't know. There's different stuff that picks up for me on different bands, but like there's a song on this album that I think is interesting. You if you listen to it, listen to the whole thing. There's different things you're going to pick up on if you watch the Jagged documentary, right? Like we've been talking about. And there's a song on here called Forgiven, I think. I think it's Forgiven. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Forgiven. There was a certain point where they were touring with people like Radiohead. And this song, I know this song was out before they met Radiohead, but it sounds in the beginning like a Radiohead song, which is crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And there's just like random shit in this. It's like makes it like, oh my god, like, dude.
That's what's crazy too. Is I mean, she's the the kind of like the introduction. She like, introduced like kind of that's her like style of like female grunge or like feminism and all that stuff. Because like I think she was before like Liz Phair. And then there's all these other female artists that come after that.
Yeah, Liz Phair. What? Not Garbage, probably.
Garbage.
You probably could even throw in what's it called? Hole, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's just the Cranberries, maybe even.
Mm.
Um,
Her bass might be like 80s though. I think
no, I don't think so. I think it's early 90s,
maybe.
just like this. But um, also tragic death.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, there's just like this album kind of means a lot to different people, and I feel like means different things to different types of people. And I feel like that this particular album meant a lot more to me later in my life so far than it did when it came out. I mean, for context, I was 8 years old when this came out, so it's like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? I mean, you too.
Well,
But
what's funny is like so when it came out, my mom and aunt were like obsessed with this album. So so like
yeah,
I would be in the car with my mom would be like jamming this album.
you're just sitting
So
back
I
there
mean, yeah,
like,
it's like it's like oh, this was dope. Yeah.
that's fucking awesome.
So yeah,
Now I
it's
see why
definitely
your
been
mom. Now I see why your mom let us go to Bonnaroo.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mom likes this album. She likes Howard Stern, which is funny too because like if you it isn't mentioned that documentary, but like Howard Stern is like kind of like helped her career out a lot too. But like
Oh,
kind of
really?
dropping her, yeah. But like like doing it. I think he did like an interview with her and stuff like when that album came out, and it kind of that's how more people like more dudes and stuff got like and like oh
Yeah,
yeah, she's actually pretty cool. Like that's
yeah.
what's interesting too. If you look at the documentary and they show the shows and stuff, like how many guys are actually there versus women.
I was tripping, dude. I was so many guys there.
Yeah,
That makes sense though. I mean, you see, yeah, you watch the documentary, and then I think that interview, part of that interview is in there.
yeah, I
If
think it
I'm not
is too.
mistaken, but she did. So K Rock, is an LA music station, a radio station that kind of breaks a lot of people. And I guess back in
Yeah,
that day, they were the fucking the peak of where you could go,
yeah.
and that's what broke this. So you ought to
Yeah.
know is played on that station, and then
I mean, it is
people
kind of
went
crazy too.
crazy.
If you think about it too, just I mean, like we grew up in Memphis, but like even that, but like as a kid, and even like into like high school and in early college, it's like yeah, like even early college for us, like a lot of stuff did break through K Rock. I mean, everybody kind of knew K Rock as like the oh yeah,
Yeah,
what's gonna go there first before it,
exactly. Actually,
that's
this
how
is
you know
kind
it's
of
big.
interesting. I didn't know what the fuck K Rock was until I moved. I visited a friend named Justin in LA to like get a feel for what LA
Mm.
was, and he turned on K Rock as soon as I got in the car. And I was like, "What the fuck is this station?" Because it was kind of like banging. I was like, every song, I was
Yeah.
like, "This is
Oh
sick."
yeah. I mean, it's like yeah, it's whatever is like it's current. It's not just like it's not like what we have with 93X, and it's like half of it's from
Yeah,
early
yeah,
90s, 2005. It's
yeah,
like it's a song from 95.
yeah. I mean, they might throw in a track here and there that's like throwback, like one an hour, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, K Rock is fucking jamming, and I was like, "Dude, what is this?" He's like, "Oh, dude, this is K Rock. How do you not know K Rock is?" I was like,
yeah,
I don't fucking know. Like, I'm skateboarder from Memphis. I don't fucking listen to this. Like, what are you talking about?" And yeah, so that kind of broke me on that. Shout out Justin for that shit. But weird story about that dude. But I'll hit you with it real quick. Real story
like put
time
them
with
on
Pat.
blast.
It's your boy. Um, so Justin lived in this apartment, and he told me we were in the same film program at U of M, and the same one that you were in and Drew
Yeah,
was in, and uh, Justin got this job, and I was like, oh, sick, like that's super cool. Like when you go out there, maybe I can come visit, right? He's like, oh yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. And so he's in the middle of this job, and I go out and visit for a weekend, and he's in this apartment. He's like subletting a room or whatever. There's like two other roommates in there, right? And I was actually, you saw this apartment. This is the wildest shit. I don't know if I ever told you this. So we're staying this apartment, this 3-bedroom apartment. There's in Sherman Oaks, and
it was the same apartment I saw.
mhm.
So it's like you took that apartment over.
I'm getting to it. Yeah.
Okay.
So he some shit didn't work out and he left LA. And I moved to LA like the next year. And I ended up subletting a room with somebody in Hollywood. And I lived in Hollywood for like 6 months. And it came up. I was on a show with a few people and they were like, oh shit, we're all looking for apartments. Let's look for apartments together. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's drive around and look for some fucking signs, like availability. Yeah. And I was like, man, I wonder, like legit, it was at night. And I was like, I wonder.
Swing by.
Like I just had this feeling, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we go driving through Sherman Oaks and we pull up to where this apartment is. And actually, I'm gonna hit you with something real quick. What's that, bro? Fuck. Oh goddamn. It's oh, fuck me. 1 sec, sorry, bro.
It's just gonna be like 20 minutes of
no.
Man. Oh man, fuck me. Oh man, what is it?
Oh yeah. It's her. That's what it is. Yeah, bro. That's what it is. 44. 36. Oh shit. No, it was I think it's 44. Yeah. 4411 Ventura Canyon Boulevard or Avenue. And Sherman Oaks.
Somebody's like, please don't visit me.
Go and check it out. Go and knock on the door. 207.
It was a pretty cool place though. I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah. So apartment 207. It was upstairs in the back. It was hot as fuck because it was over the parking lot, and there's no AC in that apartment. So
that's most of LA, huh?
Yeah. But anyways, so we move into this apartment. We drive past, right? And I'm like, oh fuck. I wonder there's a for lease sign outside. And I was like, oh fuck, I wonder if it's the same one. We call the thing. It's the same one that Justin was in. I was like, oh bruh, I think I gotta do it. And so we rent this apartment, this 3-bedroom apartment, me and these two people. And shout out Tony. And I had the option to be in the exact same room that this motherfucker let me stay in on the floor. And I was like, this is like, wild, bro. Yeah.
How the tables have turned.
Yeah. Instead,
how the turntables have turned.
I have the turntables. And anyways, I ended up staying in his drug dealer roommate's room because it had an air conditioning unit.
Nice.
So
it only smelled like weed occasionally.
Occasionally, it really did. But
I'm sure
it was the only room in the apartment that had air conditioner besides the living room.
No, that was a pretty cool apartment though for like a 3-bedroom.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, yeah, that's the story about that. But yeah, dude, K-Rock was introduced to me then, and it stayed on my radio thing in my car the whole time I lived there. So
it's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to like radio stations still like doing their thing.
Yeah,
it's tough, but there's still some getting it out there.
Yeah, I'm fully convinced there's a radio station here that just runs out of a garage. But I'm not positive though.
What is it?
It's just a conspiracy, you know. It's like an oldies station called Hippie Radio in Nashville.
Oh, okay. I wonder if it's like the oldies station that's here in New Orleans.
Maybe, but there's always two people. It's Pam and Tony. They're the hosts.
Pam and Tony.
Yeah, and I'm like, bruh, they're the only ones there, and they had this like fill-in person recently, and I'm like, bruh,
oh, God.
I was like, bro, I think this is just like their neighbor. I think and then like I came up with the
hey Tony.
Yeah. No, I came up.
We're coming in from next door.
I came up with the theory that these fuckers just like do this shit out of a garage,
Yeah.
and like the guest host was just like their neighbor. They came over to like watch their cats, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
well, I don't know. Shout out Pam and Tony. But anyways, you said that your mom and your aunt were all about this album. Like,
Yeah.
is there anything like have you ever talked to your mom or aunt about it?
Yeah, my mom still talks about it. Like my mom still listens to it pretty regularly, I guess, when she's like cleaning the house and shit. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
so, but I mean, no, because I think it was just that time and they were like young, like when I was 8, they were probably like what, so like late or I guess in their 30s, so
Mm-hmm.
early 30s.
Yeah, people
So
had kids young back then, bro.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. That's why I was like, probably, around that time. I mean, she was like, close to our age, now, like,
That's crazy.
so like, can you imagine if that album came out, we'd be banging that thing right now, like,
I'm banging the thing right now, but
yeah,
it's I've talked to Meg about this a lot of times. Like, her mom, or she says that her mom and her used to listen to it like every day on the way home from
yeah.
school.
I was thinking too, is like, it was kind of like my mom and sister listened to it too, you know what I mean? Like, so,
Mm-hmm. It's just, I mean, just in general, dude. It's just it has a
I
lot
mean, it's like,
of
plus it's so strong. I mean, it's like, I was like, that's what I was like, I'm like, happy with my mom, like, listening to that with my sister versus like, like Taylor Swift. you know, like,
uh
Britney Spears or
oh, shit. Britney was
which time that was
hard
still
right
around
there.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now probably a
you
year
know
or
what I
two
mean?
later, Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. It's fun to go back to in these times and like kind of revisit the themes of this album. Like check it out in a I hate to say it, but I'm like a more woke lens, air quotes on that, but just to be more, acclimated with what the fuck's going on in the world. And some of the shit that she talks about is shit that, women have had to deal with forever. And she was
Mm-hmm.
screaming at the top of her
Yeah.
lungs, everyone
Yeah.
to hear on this one, which
Yeah.
is great,
And
but
open a door for everyone else to do this, to follow suit,
yeah, which, take some fucking some low hangers, bro. Like she was killing it. And it's funny to think like she's killed it for fucking 3 decades now, which is like for anybody
Yeah.
is insane.
But and what's weird too, like that album too, is like it's kind of like grunge, but it's not grunge. It's kind of like its own thing. That's what makes it so timeless. Is the fact that it was like you can kind of try to put it in the pigeonhole of like grunge and like with the Nirvana
Yeah.
and like all that stuff, but it's not.
Yeah. Put it in the Nirvana, Pearl Jam, fucking
Yeah.
all that stuff. But there's some stuff on there like Not the Doctor and Wake Up are kind of they're two of my favorite songs off of it, honestly.
Yeah.
The two last songs, if you're looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like there's a weird build to one of them. I feel like it's the Wake Up one. Yeah, I think it's Wake Up. There's a weird build to it, and it's like it goes slow, hypes, peaks, and then drops down again, and then does it a few more times, and you're like, you feel like you just ran like a fucking race or something. You're like, holy shit, what
Yeah.
the fuck did this song just do to me? But yeah, man, it's and I mean, You Learn is probably I
Yeah.
don't know, it's one of those songs, dude. It's just there's sometimes you just think you're like, man, that's just one of those songs. Like you can't. It's just good. No way around
Yeah.
it.
I mean, Ironic's probably my favorite though.
Oh, the harmonic's amazing. You ought to know it just fucking slaps though. Like,
Yeah.
god
True.
damn, that shit comes on. We're going in. I don't care who's in the
Yeah.
car. We're going in on it. Full on fucking group karaoke style. You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen that was so funny about this? Have you seen Booksmart? You've seen Booksmart, have you? That scene.
Debatably, I think, but dude, Booksmart is fucking amazing.
It's so good. It's so underrated, dude.
It's so underrated. It's also
it's funny too. Like, oh, so now we're talking about some pulp culture stuff, but
yeah,
it's funny that Booksmart. There's been two movies that. So there's. I was gonna say that. What's the? I just draw a blank of what I was trying to say, but super bad. Kind of opened the door for like those movies, like Booksmart. Booksmart's one, and then have you seen Good Boys?
Good Boys is another Seth Rogen joint.
Dude, it's so.
But
it's
there's
funnier
also
than Super Bad, dude.
It's
I
fucking
think it's
funny.
funnier than Super Bad. It's funnier than Super
But
Bad.
and then there's like what Edge of 17, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I think you can catch that on Netflix still. Edge of 17 is fucking amazing.
I forgot about Edge of 17.
That's the Haley Steinfeld is probably best role ever. Like for real. Also great in Hawkeye. Oh my god.
Yeah. You're digging that show?
Oh, loving it.
Haven't watched the newest episode.
Oh shit, bro. Well, at the time of recording this, episode 4 is out, and Adam has not watched it. Here's a spoiler.
Episode 3.
Oh shit.
4. Yeah.
All right, you gotta watch them tonight. Are you and Chelsea watching them?
Yeah, we are, but like she's been like, just working so much that like, she gets home and it's like
go ahead and watch them both tonight. Episode 4 got a fun little cameo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you've seen
it's been surprisingly it's been so much better than what I thought it would be.
It's so good. Also, it makes Hawkeye such a more interesting character,
Yeah.
Yeah. But Haley, I love Haley Steinfeld. Oh my god. Her Dickinson show on Apple Plus, amazing.
Oh, you watched that?
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Check it out.
It's like if fucking Emily Dickinson was, if they spoke like we speak now.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
It's fucking awesome.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You need to get on that Succession though, bro.
There's a lot of shit I need to get on. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you would like Succession.
I know. I watched the first episode and cringed the fuck out of me, bro. I couldn't.
But you got to keep on. No, you got to keep on. Like,
bro, I got so cringed
so
though. I was like,
it gets so funny though. It gets so funny. Cousin Greg, dude, it's the best.
Bro, I got so cringed out though. I was like, oh god.
They're terrible people. That's the shit. Like, that's the thing about it. It's like another show about terrible people.
Yeah, I know. It's like an opposite Office. It's a show about great people. Good people. Yeah. Bro, I don't know about you, but like 2 beers I've been hitting on pretty heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, you drank like an 8%. Luckily, I just kept it a little light with these 6%.
That goes the shit. I just
include it.
Yeah. That goes the shit I just had. It's already done. If you watch our last episode, it took me a minute to drink that shit, but this one was hella quick.
Yeah.
But anyway, oh god.
Do you have anything else to say about this?
About the album?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I got some other shit about some pop culture shit.
No.
Haley Steinfeld though. Okay. Good. Didn't you know she released an album?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I mean, like,
shit, though.
You say that name, but it's like it's one of those names. I'm like, I know who she is. I could, if you told me like that's Haley Steinfeld, like, okay,
sure. She was in Pitch Perfect 2 and 3. Yeah, I like her a lot. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Haley?
Okay.
No, she's dope. I don't know, man. I don't got too much else to say about Jagged Little Pill. It's just one of those things. Like, I feel like this is one of those albums I'll be listening to forever, just because it's good. Like, it's it's timeless. It doesn't fucking. There's some. I was thinking about timeless music the other day because I was watching the 3 6 Mafia first Bone Thugs verses, and they got that song. Fuck, what the fuck is that song? It's about like
Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
no, it's a 3 6 song. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
Dude, fuck that's the only good song they have.
No, it's not. The first of the month is the best song
Dude,
they have.
That's the only song I think that's good, but Bone Thugs, I mean, that's the thing is I never really listened to them, so I was like, dude, this is like no competition for 3 6.
No competition at all. No, I was listening to. I was watching that fucking. Well, me and you were live chatting that fucking.
Yeah, we should have done that. We should have done a podcast on that alone.
We should live fucking live.
That's what we should do tonight. We should stay up all night tonight and do the Free Larry Hoover.
Oh fuck! Here we go. Free Larry Hoover. Yeah, that Kanye Drake thing.
Yeah, but for Larry Hoover, shout out Apple or shout out Amazon Prime. It's like Free Larry Hoover, but Amazon Prime. Let's get that back.
Yeah, right. No, I was thinking. So it spawned me listening to the fucking 3 6 Mafia Essentials playlist on Apple Music, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna check this out. So, of course, I've listened to it
first
before,
before you go in on that, like, I'm gonna say this. Okay, so you motherfuckers with your Spotify, year in review, it's like Apple Music, we get lossless audio plus the Adobe Atmos.
Yeah.
And we get the Essentials playlist.
Yeah.
Y'all get a year in review. It's like, oh, cool. It's like shit you already know. It's like your top 5 albums are the same top 5 albums you've listened to for the last 5 years.
Adam's hot take. Here you go. Sure, we're gonna have to do that every month. Adam's hot take of the month.
Hot take.
So this song, Two-Way Free, right? Featuring La Chat. I was thinking about like timeless songs and how some songs from like particularly 3 6 don't fucking age, bro. And Two-Way Freak is one of those. And it's not one they played during the fucking show, but it's all about fucking beepers and pagers and shit. So I was like, oh my God. And like, I guess early texting and shit at that time. Yeah. But can you even imagine, dude? Like trying to play one of those songs right now, like being a person on stage talking about pagers and fucking.
Dude, even because you don't smoke weed, but even listening to like, Where's the Bud?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just so outdated, dude.
There's like some shit in there that's like so of the time, you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The cheese. It's like,
yeah.
The cheese is like a strain from like straight up 95, dude. Like,
oh my God, this man, the weed historian over here. Oh my God. But then there's some other shit in here that's like, well, actually, like, there's tons of shit in here that's like, you can't like Bin Laden weed, that shit's probably not going to register for anybody. That's
Kush,
yeah, like, bro, no one that is under 25 years old is going to know what the fuck you're talking about. Maybe even 30, like, for real.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was just like when we thought about
like what was crazy. Like the thing that was crazy too is what I was gonna say is I've been telling you like off the podcast, but like I know some kids that are like they're like mid-20s, 25, 26, and it's like they're like, oh man, I know about 3 6 Mafia, and they're like stoked on it, and like I'm gonna go see them in Miami at this festival or whatever, so it's like that's what's interesting too, is to see like how it's creating that that 25-year-olds now are listening to this shit that was cool in the 90s, early 2000s, because they were like kids.
It's just when we talk about that, it trips me out because like I remember us listening to 3 6 and like being real into it, like heavy into it when like like probably what 2004, something like that.
Yeah.
And we were working at Sonic. Is our like we're 16 years old,
I remember
and
senior year, dude. We remember we skipped, like it was like senior skip day or whatever. We skipped. We went to fucking Cats Music. And
did
so
we?
shout out to Cats Music. Yeah, if you know about Cats Music,
Oh shit!
Cats Music was the like local record store, in Memphis, and we bought. I bought a Black Keys album, Magic Potion, 2006,
Oh my
and then
god!
we bought, or yeah, maybe I already had it, but it was um the 36 Mafia album, Most Unknown or whatever.
Not yeah, most most known unknown. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That was before Last to Walk. That was
that
before.
had Gotta Stay Fly,
Yeah. That was that one.
then Dancing
Most
on a
known
Pole.
unknown. Yeah, that hidden track. That shit was hard. Bruh, dude, I can't even remember this. I don't remember that at all. But I know you drove because I didn't have a car.
Yeah, no, but then we went back, like we like skipped and then we went back for like the last period or something.
That makes
It's
sense.
like, yeah, didn't,
Yeah,
but
maybe we had a test or something. I don't know.
yeah.
But that makes sense. I don't know.
I
We
remember
were
picking
smoking a
up
lot of
Dill or
weed at that
something.
time. I don't know.
I think we might have been picking up Dill though.
Maybe. I don't know. We were doing some shit back then. It was a wild time. uh yeah, bro. Dude, that's dope. I have no recollection of that except for
Yeah,
you buying that Black Keys album,
yeah,
which is cool. Um yeah, man. But it's like it's so wild, like thinking about kids that are getting into 3-6 and stuff now, or even through like just Gangsta Boo's fucking features
yeah,
on
no,
stuff.
yeah,
Also, I'm just gonna lay this out there for the whole internet to hear, but Gangsta Boo is the most underrated rapper in 3-6 Mafia. Straight up.
for sure. And it kind of bums me out too because it's like I don't like. There's got to be something going on between all of them because I mean, like, why doesn't Juicy J and them like, oh, like I saw one of Pat Cats recently, like, oh yeah, Gangsta Boo, she's underrated. It's like, but hey, motherfucker, why don't you ever help her out and make some like fucking beats for her? Like we'll
Yeah.
kill it together. Like that's what's so
Yeah.
weird. It's like y'all sit there and say that you're like, yeah, well, she's great, but like even in the verses, like they didn't really like Juicy didn't really. They seem to be like kind of fucking with her.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
sad, like
Yeah.
because she's definitely gets it, dude. Like
Yeah.
she's with the shit, like for
She,
sure.
she's definitely the most underrated official member. I think the
Yeah.
most underrated member
And I mean, shout out
of
to like Run the
all.
Jewels.
Yeah.
Shout out to Run the Jewels for putting her on, dude. They know what's up.
Yeah. The most underrated rapper in the whole hypnotized camp posse is Project Pat. Straight up. Dude has not
Yeah.
gotten his due. Even though he's been on like fucking bangers with Drake and like the dude is I mean Chicken Head and some other and a couple other songs
Yeah.
are just they're cultural things.
Shout out.
But
Yeah. Used to come into Whole Foods and get that green juice.
that's what I'm saying. Uh yeah, dude, Project Pat it is the dude. Like he's the fucking dude.
Like
And
one of the dudes I worked with was like saw him in the Whole Foods, like, "What up, Mister Player? Don't play." And he's just like, "Oh, what up, bro?"
that's what I'm saying. He's real as fuck.
I mean, that's yeah. I mean, that's thing is shout out to anybody from like Memphis, like that's in the rap game because it's like, I mean, Young Dolph, like rest in peace, dude. Like, the fact that they're about it, man. They're like down to earth. They're not like, oh my god, I made all these millions, I'm gonna like just vamp out and never come back and
Yeah.
and shit. Like Young Dolph came back to like help out, give out turkeys and shit. That's
Mhm.
what's fucked up. Is like trying to help out the city.
Yeah. There's no one else helping on Memphis, that's for sure.
No,
Some bullshit.
it's a wreck, dude. That city's a wreck, bro. It's a wrap on that city.
Dude, it really is. I mean, everyone used to tell me, like, as we were growing up or whatever, go visit family and shit, like, meet random people. They'd be like, oh, bro, I heard Memphis is pretty gnarly. I'm like I guess.
See, you never like you always kind of stay out in Bartlett and kind of
I mean,
kept
for
to
a hot
yourself.
minute,
Like,
but like,
yeah,
I mean, I
but I
slept
mean,
in Bartlett, but we were always like, even in high school, we were all over the place for shows and
yeah,
fucking
but
and
I mean, like, you know, but
skating.
like,
The
but
second
for
I
me,
got
like
a
living,
what you were gonna say?
I was just saying, like, for me, like living out in like, you know, Midtown or U of M area and stuff, just that alone, like, you would always see shit going down, you know,
Yeah. Well, I
like
feel like
driving from like Midtown to like even FedEx. Like, I mean, that's
that's
a 2 minute
gnarly.
drive, but still, it's like, you
It's
know,
heavy. Yeah, yeah.
see some shit.
You do. Yeah, yeah. No, I feel like the minute I got a license is when I really learned what Memphis was about.
Yeah,
Um because, growing up skateboarding in Memphis was a whole different game. Like if you're gonna find some cool shit to skate, sometimes
yeah,
it's in the fucking
try,
hood,
yeah, yeah, everything's life,
Uh,
life for
yeah,
life, bro.
yeah, yeah. So like, we go and skate some places that I
Yeah,
definitely wouldn't go and hang out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, for
Like you
sure.
go in the daytime, you go
Yeah,
when for a little while, you don't
yeah,
go for the whole day. And you lock your car. You know
hmm
where your shit's at. It was more of like I don't know, man. It's just it going back there recently is it just feels different. It feels
yeah,
gnarlier, honestly.
yeah.
Maybe it's just being a kid and like when I say kid, like 16 to 22, but like maybe it's being a kid and like not really recognizing how fucking gnarly it was, but I feel like it's gnarlier now. I really do.
No, for sure.
But anyways, um, I feel like going back to Alanis real quick, wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Um, Alanis is timeless. This album, we're gonna feature some more female albums this year, 2022, but specifically one I think I want to do from I don't know yet, but one of these,
I got a
one of
couple.
the,
I got a couple I could do. Female.
yeah, I feel like I really want to, but this particular one, if you haven't heard it, go and check it out. 1995's Jagged Little Pill. It's just, it's legit, mostly hits that you've
Timeless.
probably
Yeah.
heard,
Yeah.
plus
Oh yeah.
like some other songs that are just as good. She
Put
could
on
have
your
released,
favorite. Put on your
huh?
favorite flannel and your favorite, thrash denim, and
Yeah, bro. Just don't wash your hair for a couple of days. Let's do this. But it's one of those albums that like every song could have been on the radio, but it wasn't,
yeah,
and it's fucking awesome. So go and check it out. Also, you made it to the end of this video, this podcast. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Check out the next version of this February 2022's episode. If it's a podcast service, subscribe to. That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
dupe.
That'd be dope.
Don't dupe yourself.
Don't dupe yourself. But yeah, subscribe, hit the notification stuff if you like that stuff. Leave some comments if you suggest an album. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Somebody suggest one.
yeah. Give us some suggestions. Like, let's know what you're into.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a fucking a month of just suggested albums. That'd be cool. Like, give us
Yeah.
some new shit to listen to. But Adam, you got anything else to say about Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill?
No, I don't think so. I just want to add that I want to see her, and she did a here she came to Jazz Fest a couple years ago and did an acoustic set.
Ooh,
So
that
sounds
seems nice.
interesting. But
Yeah,
that's all I
think
got to add to it.
yeah, if you get the chance, go and check her out. She's awesome. But this is Dropping the Needle. It's your boys, Bad Artist and Knitch. This is a Quick Sixer podcast. Go and check us out. Love you guys. We out.